Hi guys, I actually already taped my 5 things, but then I realized I had my blinker on for like a half of the taping, and that would have driven me absolutely batty, so I'm redoing it. You're welcome! So my 5 rules for life so far. I have control the head, know your story, sacrifice to learn, food connects, and balance. Control the head is a MMA jiu-jitsu thing, because when you control somebody's head, your body naturally goes with it. So along those lines, I like to think of it in terms of not control as in I am master of the universe and so I shall control you to do what I want you to do. No, I'm not talking about control like that. That's weird. I'm talking about control like guiding people, helping people. I think guiding people is the best way to explain that. For instance, there's always somebody in a relationship where you feel like you have to make all the decisions, and that's extremely stressful. So when someone says, hey, where do you want to go to eat? And the other person's like, I don't know, wherever. And I don't know why it's normally the girl, because I always know where I want to go to eat, which is why I always say, hey, where do you want to go eat? Because I would love to go to La Telteca and get some nachos, because hormones, nachos. Are you in? Or do you have a better suggestion? And that's the rule in my family. If a question is ever asked, you're either in or you have to offer a better suggestion. Control the head. So the point is in relationships that it's not supposed to be, damaging control. Hi, sweetheart. It's meant to be cooperative control. It's meant to be a balance so that things are happier. And dog. And it did better. So control the head, especially in sales, is guiding people to things that they need or want. When I'm going into homes, I'm not thinking of, I'd like to sell them the product that's going to make me the most money, because it may or may not help them. If it's going to be older people with health problems, the product that pays the most won't work for them because they won't qualify for it because of health issues. Versus like a younger couple, it would be perfect for them. It'd be very affordable. But if for the older couple, even if they did qualify health-wise, it would be way too expensive for them. Hi, other doggy. We have plenty of doggies visiting. So controlling the head isn't about, I control the universe. It's not about that. It's about guiding and showing people the best path. And that means being a part of their story, which leads us right into number 2, know your story. Know your story because you shouldn't be able to be manipulated by anyone. And if you know your story, you know yourself, you're confident, you know what's going on, you know where you're going, you know where you've been, you've made peace with all of that, and you're on your way. If you don't know your story, you would be easily offended if you were me and someone said, hey, I don't like people with blue hair. And you'd be like, I don't know why they don't like me. It's just a hair color. Whereas I'm like, care. I know that has nothing to do with me. Blue hair is simply the color of my hair. It doesn't define who I am. It doesn't define how I feel about myself today or any other day. I change my hair color all the daggone time. Hi, sweetheart. I know my story, and I know when someone says something like that, it's clearly nothing to do with me and a lot of things to do with them. Or maybe they don't like my hair, but that doesn't actually matter to me. I don't do my hair to impress people. Know your story. Number 2 is almost number 1, because know your story is so important in life. But I feel like people are finally coming around to this idea, and it's kind of being thrown out a million other places. So I'm okay with that being number 2. Because it is the shiz. Oh, God. Potty humor. I have 2 kids. Forgive me. Number 3, sacrifice to learn. This one totally goes back to Odin and the runes. I mean, like, that is the best story on earth. Sacrificing to gain knowledge. We all sacrifice to gain knowledge. I'm not at the gym, A, because I don't feel well, but B, because I have to study for my medical supplemental exam stuff. And I don't have other time to do it. So I was going to go to the gym and be miserable, and then I thought I really need to study, so I'm going to study. I'm sacrificing time, I'm sacrificing energy, I'm sacrificing things that I could potentially be doing somewhere else or something else. I could be crafting or I don't know. I could be doing something. I could be eating nachos at La Toteca, but instead I have to study. What are you fussing about? Puppies. It's kind of funny because you can't see them. Oh, there you go. Yeah, they're playing. So sacrifice to learn. We are always sacrificing things, whether we realize it or not. We make decisions to do thing A instead of thing B, or event A instead of event B, or we choose nachos A instead of nachos B. You know, there's always a sacrifice to learn something constantly, all the time. And the more that we embrace that, the more open we are to sacrificing. So I hurt really, really bad from Monday and Tuesday working out. So I gave myself a break. I'm kind of beating myself up about giving myself a break because I know that I'm not pushing myself, but I hurt, so I'm going to give myself a break. Sacrifice to learn. 4, food connects. There are a bajillion different awesome stories about hacks that sharing food and breaking bread together has on the mind, because food really does connect. And in a very unexpected way, whenever I want to make friends, I bring food. That's what Italians do. That's what we do. We share food. And psychologically, that makes us more trustworthy. It makes us more dependable. It makes us be perceived as being more expert on subjects. I mean, it's look into it. It's fascinating stuff. Food connects. If you'd like to be connected with someone, invite them to dinner, lunch, whatever. Bring breakfast, whatever. If you want to connect with people, involve food. I will always share snacks with people that I want to be my friend. I share food with a lot of people, yeah. Number 5, balance. I feel like this is the running joke of my life because I should have learned this by now, but 36 years later, I have not mastered balance, and I don't expect that I ever will. That doesn't mean I stop trying. It just means that life changes, and so we have to shift things. We shift priorities. We have to shift everything. For example, Dean being booted out of daycare for the summer has been a very huge shift in balance for everybody in the family. Gaga is watching him through the day part-time. My sister is helping out part-time. We're looking for other babysitters for an extra set of hands for events for the summer because sometimes it's just too much for me to handle if I want to take them to a fair and no one else can come with me. I'd still like to have somebody to go with me to help everybody have the experience, but I know that I can't do it by myself. And so Gaga, who never had kids, she has us through marriage, is learning all about what it's like to actually raise kids and spend time with them, and it's completely new to her. It's been a pretty big transition. So, and it's also a balance for me. You know, I wish that I was the one home, but then I know that A, would be poor and I wouldn't be working towards financial stability for my family. So all those seesaws of work-life balance, mom, income earner balance, and it's all interconnected. And then things change and everything tips and you're like, I have to adjust all the seesaws in my life. That's life. I know, my ears hurt too, baby. Allergies are just horrible this season. I'm sorry, baby. We'll get you a wet wipe. So whether people admit it or not, everyone has their variety of seesaws going on in their head at any point in time. And I think that's why the little Bollywood dancers got that going on. But balance is probably for me an ongoing life lesson, truly. Especially since somebody asked me if I was dating anyone, not opposite sex, like they were just curious if I was dating everyone, and I was like, no, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the reason. And so it made me think about that seesaw, and how I'm fine with where it is, but it's curious that other people are wondering where it is. So yeah, seesaws and balance and constantly changing life. So I think being aware of that and being aware that you're not the only one experiencing that is a huge part of accepting where you go and how to shift things on your seesaws so that not everything falls down at once, and you're able to balance things properly and to transition and shift easier when things change. I don't do change well. In fact, very few people, I don't think I know anybody that does change well. And I know a lot of people, so that says something about change. Work towards your 5. That's my 5. I would love to hear your 5. I would love to hear explanations of your 5 and how far you've come in your life to get your set of life rules. I love you. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.